Welcome to Another Look, a film podcast where we go back and discuss a filmmaker's body of work, from their hits to their misses, as well as genres, eras, movements, and everything in between. It's Nick's month, and on this episode, we are talking about them brain-eating zombies. I'm Ian Killian.
Nick Creekbaum.
Jordan Leschnow.
Ben Riley.
And Nick butted in line.
Yeah, sorry.
So, hey, it's Nick's month.
Yeah, I'm not, dick deep in zombie movies, but I figured it was very appropriate with George Romero just recently passing away that we try to at least discuss a piece of his big filmography. And
He's important.
yeah, very important to horror and very important to movies in general. Because,
Independent filmmaking.
Yeah, I mean, what other zombie? I mean, Night of the Living Dead was the very first.
Because there was it White Zombie or something like
Yeah.
that?
There's
from the 30s.
there's older zombie
Not
butts,
like
but
the
not like
zombies
this.
that have become
No.
ingrained in
I
our
mean,
culture now.
You can't walk down the street without seeing something for The Walking Dead. I mean, if that wasn't,
Yeah, I got my zombie survival kit sticker on my car,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
No, I'm just kidding. Me personally, I've been really sick of zombies. So when you said that, I
me
was like,
too.
mm.
Me too.
But the ones we watched, I had no issue with. You know, they didn't feel old to me. They didn't feel annoying.
It's more like the new ones that take the stuff from the old ones where it feels watered down.
Nothing
and
super
tired.
new. Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are newer, like innovative at the time. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not fun anymore.
Yeah.
They're they don't have social commentary.
Yeah.
They're just movies with the zombies.
I still enjoy Walking Dead, but I'm definitely like,
I'm on the same page. It's
Yeah.
like I watch it because I've gone this far.
yeah.
That redneck soap opera.
Well, speaking of Walking Dead, I believe Bub makes an appearance in one of the Walking Dead episodes.
Oh,
from
really?
Day of
as,
the Dead
as
too.
Bub.
I don't know that for sure.
But like that character, like that.
The actor.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
That's
one of the
cool.
zombies.
Oh,
That's
that is cool.
But,
He's going to be at the Crosscutters game.
what?
Not Bub, but a zombie.
Oh my god.
Did anybody watch anything worth talking about? How about you, Nick?
Yeah, I don't want to steal anybody else's
It's fine.
watch, but I watched let's see, what the fuck did we watch? Oh, The Dark Tower.
Okay.
Okay.
Dark Tower. Ben, Jordan, and I went to see that. Pretty much going into it, we knew that it probably wasn't going to be
Had
the
some
best.
had bad buzz right before it came out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a reader, but I've always been sort of intrigued by the story.
What was I gonna say? Well, like, was the action cool?
Eh.
Not really.
Oh no, the last
The
the
climax was
showdown.
awful.
I thought the beginning was much better. It like I when it first started, I was like, this might not be as bad as I think it's gonna be. But then the more it went on, and the more things got introduced with like the weird like world building stuff, I was just like,
As you can expect, it just
Yeah.
glosses over absolutely every detail.
Yeah.
McConaughey was extremely miscast.
Well, you told me it was his best role since True Detective.
Yeah. Okay.
well, and like
Idris Elba was good though.
I feel
Yeah.
like in the book, I've only read the first 3 books,
Mhm.
but the Man in Black is one of those kind of villains like you're not like you don't have to see him in like multiple scenes and like see like him in like his headquarters like
Yeah.
figuring things
Planning.
Yeah, he's
Like,
like a Power Rangers.
he's like
villain or
in
something.
That
he's like in the
sucks.
background in the books, and then he's scary when he comes up. But now it's just like
yeah, he's just sitting there in the chair, and this one, he's like, right on, right on,
Yeah,
right on.
he's just like a dipshit.
right before he
Yeah.
kills somebody.
Yeah, he
And
walks up and he just says, "Don't breathe," and people die.
Yeah,
And I don't think he's like a cool guy. At least I didn't pick. Like, he's kind of like a I don't know, but
I feel like
the
he
2
would-
books I read, he didn't have like a swagger. or
no,
something,
no.
you know?
I feel like he'd be like someone that could blend into the shadows
Yeah.
kind of guy.
like he has like an attitude and like a confidence, but he's not like
Not like strutting his shit
cool
around.
shit. Yeah, hot shit. So I
He'll
didn't
get
see it.
chicken on the stove, saying, "We don't have this where I'm from."
Yeah, I
You
was
can,
a
you
stink.
can pass.
It was a stinker,
And
big time.
yeah.
It's
Um,
disappointing.
Not
but
offensively bad, but maybe if
No.
you're a fan of the books.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes those are the worst.
Yeah,
like when I
yeah.
flipped out of the Infiltrator. it's just-
Yeah.
Fuck this movie. Jordan, did you watch anything?
Yeah, I'll talk about Detroit, Catherine
Oh,
Bigelow's new movie, which was a very, very intense and emotional experience. It's pretty much like nonstop the entire way.
Yeah.
John Krasinski comes in at the last act and kind of ruins things.
Yeah.
What is he?
He's a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
He's the cop's lawyer, and he's just so.
Is it like the acting
it's
is bad
bad.
or?
It's bad.
It took me out for a minute.
Huh. That
Damn.
sucks.
It took me out, and he's trying to. It sucks because the movie's so good, and I'm pointing out the worst aspect of it. But they're kind of just. He's kind of just supposed to like make you like infuriate you.
Yeah.
He's miscast, I think, too.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, he's just trying to infuriate you, and he does that. But he's just like, it almost seems like he's like Jim from The Office doing an impression of somebody else.
Does he
You know what I
do
mean?
the camera look? Where
Ooh, that's
I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, when we watched this, my girlfriend and I watched this movie, and she does not like intense stuff.
she doesn't like.
No.
I figured. Now, wait a minute. I figured.
She didn't like that it made cops look bad.
No. Wait a second. I figured that she
Cops
would.
are always right.
I figured she would be interested in this because she's a history teacher.
Yeah, and
She was like, I've never seen her.
Shocked?
I've never seen her react the way that she reacted during that movie. She was like, she got fucked up from that movie.
Well,
Good.
you should. It sucks. This shit
She was crying hardcore, and I was like, "Do you want to leave? We can leave." And she's like, "No, but I can't believe you took me to this." Like, it was basically
she didn't
she
know
was
what it was about.
She was traumatized.
Well,
for it.
it's a part of history.
That's
that
what
is,
I
like,
said.
So fucking like pushed over that I don't know that happens.
I said, "This isn't an exploitation film. This is something. It's showing you this shit for a reason. It's
Yeah.
not showing it to you to show
yeah,
it
and
for
it's
nothing."
happening now. You see Eric Garner get choked on the street, and nobody faces any repercussions for it. You see a little kid get shot in a playground.
Yeah.
No repercussions. This stuff happens every day, all the time right now.
Now, the thing that I was reading about the movie before I went to see it, and I won't spoil anything because you guys didn't see it.
Yeah, it's
but
fine.
I read, what's the guy from We Are the Millers' name?
William Poulter.
Yeah, okay. I read something that said that he is like more menacing and he's very sadistic, but
Oh, he's one of the cops.
yeah.
Okay.
But I was expecting it to be like not like a serial killer, but like almost like a
like a
like a
psychopath.
horror
I
villain.
told him
in a
it
way.
was the second act was like a torture movie before he saw it, and I think now did that give you the wrong impression?
Did you think it was
Kind
gonna
of.
be like
That was
Saw or
stupid.
something?
kind of
Well, did you want that?
no, but like
it is like a torture movie.
it was
Yeah.
extremely dark. Don't get me wrong, but in a different way
Yeah.
than I was expecting. But I still thought
I
the
don't
movie
know
was
why
good.
you.
I want more. I want more violence.
No, like I can't explain the reason.
It's more violent than
because it's real.
those.
It's very
more
realistic.
It's more violent than those Friday the 13th movies.
But I will say that I do not like.
it is.
I don't prefer
it's
this
just-
Yeah.
version. I don't prefer this version of Catherine Bigelow than the former in like the
I
late
disagree.
80s, 90s.
I disagree. I think Blue Steel and Near Dark are much worse than these latest movies.
Things just she has something to say.
Yeah,
Right.
You
which
know?
which is controversial.
Yeah.
This movie's controversial because
because of her race.
yeah, because she's telling a
A
black person's story.
story.
Her and Mark Bull. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it do well?
I think it did well.
Nobody was in my screen.
I did hear that.
It's-
I was gonna ask you. I didn't want to dive into it too.
You're
deep.
talking about my theater, or
Yeah.
you? I don't know. I don't. It doesn't matter. How many times do I got to tell you that?
but I didn't want to dive too deep into this but this is like a hot topic. But I didn't. It's. I think we said this like maybe the last 3, episodes. But like, okay, so what and you have any take on the a white woman, and a white man writing this story?
I don't. Obviously, people, can tell whatever story they feel necessary
Yeah.
to tell.
Yeah.
And this movie, and Paul Schrader said this on Facebook, and he
Okay.
said this.
You're
movie,
his friend.
I'm his friend on Facebook.
Yeah.
And he said this movie is for white people. Black people know this is happening to them
That's a-
every day.
That's a very
this
good
movie
point
is
of view.
for white audiences.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I think that's how I take it, because obviously they don't want to relive this horror. This needs to be made apparent to the people who are in power causing this stuff. You know what I mean?
What was that Netflix documentary?
Loose change.
13.
Yeah,
or
Yeah,
whatever.
the 13th.
yeah,
Yeah.
Ava DuVernay.
Yeah, there was a complaint where it's like this is like beginners, Black history, or you know what I mean. Like, well,
yeah.
the majority
Don't have no idea.
have-
yeah,
So it's better to start at square one and show their point of view
Yeah, you have to educate them from
Yeah.
the bottom to the top.
So,
you know,
But I do understand, people are like, it should have been a black person. But like, I think you can say that on everything.
yeah, she didn't make. Yeah, to me, it's like an author creates
And
things. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like a writer can write whatever they want.
Yeah,
You know, Stephen King wrote old people before he was an old person.
yeah. Like
You know.
I think there should be more diversity, and people should be making things that from their point of view.
I think I would love to see this story from that perspective, but I don't think you need to deny somebody else from telling it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like obviously Schindler's List benefits from Spielberg being Jewish.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think that means that somebody else couldn't have made it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like that story, they
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
making something of that.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. So, and also, there's tons of movies. I know this is a horrible excuse, but there's tons of movies about the same thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If someone has another perspective,
I would love to see it.
because Nick was talking about, he's like, I want to see something from the cop's perspective. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you think were you mad that they,
They
Got-
got not to be spoilers.
it's history.
Oh.
We all
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
okay, I won't say anything. Even though
I do want to see.
even though it's very obvious.
Yeah, the bad thing probably happens.
Yeah.
But just think about this summer. There was a Bigelow movie, a Coppola, David Lowery's movie, Edgar Wright, a Nolan movie, a Soderbergh movie. That's a good summer.
Oh yeah.
This
Except
is
for the Edgar Wright movie. But yeah, keep going.
Edgar Wright movie was amazing.
But
my
it's at least big names doing like solid stuff. You didn't hate it, did you?
Huh?
Huh? Okay. Anyway, but like that's a good summer. And then we had your bullshit
Marvel
superhero-
shit.
Yeah, that you like.
I don't like that shit.
I know I'm teasing you, but yeah, it's a good summer. Then to Ben. Let's go to Ben.
After that heavy topic,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go on to a little boy wizard named Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Hey.
I went to I think I talked about this last summer. I went to a live orchestra version of the first movie where they screen the movie, and then the Philadelphia whatever it's called orchestra,
Mm-hmm.
they perform the score as the movie's going. And then this summer they did the Chamber of Secrets. So me and a couple friends went to that.
John Williams there.
No,
Did
What?
which one's Chamber Secrets? 2?
2.
Okay.
They're going in order now because they already announced they'll be doing 3 next summer.
He did
Okay.
the score for that movie though,
Yeah,
right?
he did the first 3.
Then it got shitty.
It definitely. I could see them not doing the rest of the movies after these first 3 John Williams movies, just because the scores are so.
It's not like
Alexandre Desplat.
I mean, I like those, but
They're not like orchestral.
like Patrick Doyle, I don't think they're gonna do Goblet of Fire, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, not a lot to talk about because I've seen this movie so many times.
But
Spiders.
Still very cool.
was
It was
was
fun.
it cool? How was it? Like I've never been to one with live music.
How
seriously.
loud does the movie have to be for you to hear the dialogue?
It literally feels like
mixed
I'm
perfect?
watching the movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I forget the orchestra's even there a lot.
Oh, that's
Yep.
awesome.
That's amazing because I've heard people they had.
I think
they
it
did this
depends
for
where
Lord
you
of the
go.
Rings, and they've people have said they couldn't even hear the words at
Well,
all.
last-
But that score is really loud.
Yeah.
So
last night they did at the Hollywood Bowl Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah,
and I
I
saw
saw
some
that.
videos from it,
Oh, that's
and it
cool.
was like Ben said, it looked like it didn't take you out
if
of it
it's
at all.
mixed right, it's like you're just watching it.
And they take the music out of the.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
What did I watch? Oh, because I got on a random kick of the Safdie brothers because they're coming out with Good Times.
Oh, okay.
It's the 2 brothers from New York City. They make these, they made Heaven Knows What, I think last year or so. So I rewatched that. Or no, it was, that was 2014, so that was longer than I thought. But Good Times is that new movie with Robert Pattinson with that amazing trailer.
Good Times, wasn't that
Sucking the
that
dog's
show?
dick or something.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
see
that-
that?
that whole
Or
The
no.
masturbating adult.
Wasn't
Yeah.
that old show with Gary Coleman, Good Times or whatever?
No, that was different strokes.
Different strokes.
I'm telling you, there's an old show named Good Times, I think.
I think so too.
But anyway,
But Heaven Knows What is a story about junkies in New York City. Super like intimate. But it's like a Harmony Korine Nick Reffin mashup or something like that. Or like Harmony Korine and fucking Gasper No mashup. it's very distinct look. You haven't really seen anything like it. He does a lot of shots from. They do a lot of shots from like across the street and like have zooms of the face. So there's a lot of people like passing over the really cool, really intense. This is my second rewatch, and I forgot a lot of it. And so the main actress she wrote the story, this true story.
That's her life.
So this was her life with it. It's about her and this like horrible boyfriend that she's madly in love with. She's also madly in love with heroin. So, but her boyfriend is just like this masochist, just this nutcase, and it's played by Caleb Landry Jones, who is that freckly face freak.
Looks like
Twin
a junkie,
Peaks.
and
Yeah,
no matter what. Yeah.
and it's so intense and enthralling. Like it's really great. I'm really excited for good times, and I highly recommend this movie.
When does that come out? Because I remember seeing the trailer for it.
2 weeks,
Dude,
not even.
You would love this trailer.
For the Robert Pattinson one.
Yeah.
I know. I want to see it.
You saw the trailer?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I want
It
to see
looks
it.
so good.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. So Heaven Knows What. It's on Netflix. It's a quick an hour and a half. So they did some shorts and stuff like that too. They're just like they're probably like our age. They're interesting artists,
Hope I don't get that confused on my shelf because my girlfriend has say Heaven is for real.
Let's throw this in.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. I'd like to go back to Detroit for a second.
Okay.
Not the actual movie, but what played in front of it, which seems to be a debate online because they have a Death Wish trailer in front of it.
What?
Which is the Bruce Willis remake, and
Eli
it's-
Roth.
Yeah, and it's literally a movie about a guy who goes around and kills minorities. That's not the intention.
But-
you know what I mean? But
well,
he's a
I
guy
was thinking-
pretending to be a cop.
I was thinking about that because in the trailer, I think the trailer sucks.
But AC/DC played, so it made it all okay.
That totally. I see there are parts in that trailer that I'm like, okay, this could
Yeah.
be cool, but
I think
as put together,
I think it'll be
looks-
tonally fucked like all of Eli
Doesn't-
Roth's movies.
It doesn't feel. I don't see the grime in the trailer, but
No.
maybe it'll be there.
Now, let me tell you something that I got fucking pumped for, though. Well, that was before the Death Wish trailer, but it was in the same vein style. The Foreigner with Jackie Chan.
Oh,
Holy shit, does that movie look awesome? From Martin Campbell.
I would never picture you saying that.
Oh, my God, it looks great.
I didn't see the trailer.
Oh, you got to watch
I've seen
it.
it a couple times.
It's a revenge movie, right?
Yeah, it's my type of shit. I can tell you that.
Well, there's that revenge movie that went to Netflix. A Letter to the King, A Message to the King, which is that
Hologram to the King.
With Tom Hanks?
No, Chadwick Boseman,
what
the
that
guy who's
movie is?
playing
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther.
Yeah, and I was like, I never heard this. It was another Netflix movie that popped up, but anyway, so I understand that. I was looking, this sounds bad, but I was looking for that trailer to be like, ignorant and a little racist.
Yeah.
But I personally didn't, because I wasn't paying attention too hard, but like I didn't see who was killing, but I was like, because the first one's kind of iffy.
I love those movies, but they're very
Very
much.
It's exploitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exploitation, grime.
What's that tagline that he says at the end of the trailer when it's oh God, it's
I don't the Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what? I wish he was wearing a toupee in this movie, so he'd look more like Paul Kersey, like with
That would
like
be
Charles
funny.
Bronson, like with his like shaggy hair.
I like the casting of Bruce Willis.
He's fine.
I really do, but
He's typical.
He is it's a little too typical.
Yeah.
I think it'll turn into something like Red or like we kind of laugh with him.
That would be very bad.
But you
That'd
know what
be-
I'm saying,
Yeah,
though?
I do know what you're saying.
Like it won't be aggressive enough where it's like telling us something.
it showed enough of the gunfight shots that got me a little pumped up.
But you know what I'm saying though?
But-
Like I don't think there's enough there where it's like exploitive enough where like, we think of this in the real world. I think it's gonna be too like fluffy and it's gonna be contained in the movie world, and it's
Which the Green Inferno was
Eli Roth.
gory as hell.
Eli Roth came under this movie late, but Green Inferno
he had something to
he
say
has a
there.
message,
And
Now
I think it's kind of stupid, but
I agree because
Slacktivists.
yeah, he said it like 100 times throughout.
Yeah, but his message might be the wrong one here, and I hope he has something to say with this movies that the old movies did not say. You know
Or
what
they
I
were
mean?
Maybe saying bad
The
stuff.
wrong things, yeah. But I can see why that is very, very short-sighted and a bad idea to put that trailer in front of it.
Yeah.
Back in black.
That's so stupid.
And
oh, by the way,
Nick is playing us out because we got to go to our other stuff too.
by the way, in Death Wish 2, Charles Bronson uses a stunt double to throw a trash can.
Hell yeah.
So, do you want to play us out?
Play us out.
Yeah.
Back in black.
Back in black. I hit the sack.
Hey Ben, what did we watch?
First, we will be talking about Day of the Dead. It was written and directed by the late George A. Romero. It was released in 1985, and it stars Laurie Cardiel, Terry Alexander, and Joseph Pilato. The plot synopsis is a small group of military officers and scientists dwell in an underground bunker as the world above is overrun by zombies.
Oh, brains. Little comedy for the zombie heads out there. This is I haven't seen both of these movies in a while.
I never saw this.
Oh yeah, so that's why you picked this.
I never saw this.
So
until
what did you initially think?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I thought that the
And this kind of has compared to the other two, this is like the lowest of the other two.
really
Lotus.
As far as
lowest-
people's opinions,
Yeah.
you mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that makes sense though.
Yeah.
I think they're all solid. In their
It's
own way.
much better than the recent ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't judge the other two. It's been too
Yeah.
long.
Tom Savini really fucking outdid himself.
Oh,
in this.
for sure.
My God.
It takes a while for it to happen,
Yeah.
but even though when there's like those little spurts of like he does this twice of just like someone getting up and their guts falling out of their
Yeah.
rib cage,
The-
fucking gross.
I just every time I saw it, I just imagined the person like standing underneath a board with like they're like screaming as
Yeah.
like their like prosthetic
The
like,
eye.
body.
The part where the eye was
Yeah,
like just ripped
hanging
out of the
out.
socket. Oh my
well,
God.
the opening is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's that's very iconic. It's very cool. But initially I guess this was supposed to be an epic and like a huge budget. That's what he wrote it for, and it got like half to like $3 million or something like that. And so he was like, "Oh, I guess we'll just do this in one spot again." And this one really feels like a play to me
Yeah.
because it's super monologue heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Like every character has like a 5-minute monologue about what the movie is about. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Which I don't know. I don't think is a bad. I didn't have a problem with it, but
Well, it's like what these movies really got going with this, the way the zombie stuff is now. It's like about how the humans are like what the focus of these things are, and the zombies are like in the background, but they're still like a humongous threat.
yeah,
Walking
then-
Dead took so
Yeah,
much
you can
influence
tell.
from this movie.
yeah.
Just from the human aspect of it, and
Like the villainous, like
Oh,
You
I
strip a-
see.
you
The
strip
drama,
away-
the drama between the humans because of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
zombies.
You
yeah.
strip away society's kind of protections and see how people
Yeah,
react.
yeah.
You know, and obviously the military industrial complex is a major focal point of this movie.
and like 28 days later too.
Yeah.
Has
Yeah.
some.
Yeah,
influence
he
for
really
sure.
doesn't hide his commentary in this.
No.
no.
You know, the other ones are kind of like a representative. You know what I mean? There's mentions of or like consumerism in the second one. You know what I mean? It's just zombies hanging out in a mall,
And he always does plays with identity politics
like
too.
race and
Yeah,
and
Well, yeah, Night of the Living Dead had
Yeah.
the black main
I haven't-
actor.
Doesn't Dawn of the Dead? I haven't watched it probably since high school. Doesn't it like aren't the survivors like a black guy and a woman?
I know I don't remember the cast.
Yeah. So
It's been a while.
but
he plays against those.
The cast in this is very progressive.
Yeah.
You know, there's that the Irish guy. I'm just kidding.
The main general, the villain, you should
Rhodes.
say.
Yeah,
He
Rhodes.
looked he looked just like Jason Bateman. I thought.
Really?
I thought so.
He was a little fucking maniac.
Yeah. What is he? Puss head or puss fuck or whatever he
Well,
called people.
There was like one of his soldiers, that big fat guy.
Yeah.
Steel.
Steel.
I feel like I just know him. I feel like
Oh
I've
my
seen him
God.
around.
You know who he is? It's Turtle.
Turtle.
You remember at the North Room when that drunk guy came in and I
Oh.
knew who it was?
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Yeah.
You remember that guy?
Turtle?
Yeah, it's that guy.
Yeah, I remember Turtle. Yeah. Basically, like I feel like I knew these guys. I mean, the gore is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
A
A lot of sausages that were covered in fake blood
Yeah.
for innards.
but I think this is underappreciated. I really enjoyed this. I mean, I don't think it has a bad. Well, Roger Ebert didn't like this.
Made $34 million at the box office.
That's not too bad.
What's
No.
what's the
good.
budget though?
3.5.
Yeah,
No.
that's not bad.
It well, Greg Nicotero. I was trying to figure out who he was in the
Who
movie.
is that? What is that?
He is Tom Savini's right hand man, pretty
Oh,
much.
okay. Was he
He's big
Bub?
with
He-
Walking Dead.
He was
stuff
in the
now.
movie. I forget who he plays in it.
But Bub is the guy who plays Bub is really good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we can talk about Bub. Bub is a make it or break it.
Yeah, and I
aspect of
I
this
think
movie.
it's very effective.
I liked Frankenstein too.
The
What-
doctor.
Yeah, like, well, I think he's a little like goofy, and maybe I don't know if he's supposed to be.
Yeah, he
but-
he plays kind of
Like
he
a mad
plays like that
scientist.
weird, like he's like a weird, like antisocial, but seems very
Yeah.
almost like he has autism
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something. And
He's just so focused on his goal.
yeah, and it's funny because his idea of dealing with zombies is also different than what most people do. Because the female character, what's her name? I can't-
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
She wants to apply her research to cure zombies, to bring people
Yeah,
back from
yeah.
that condition, and his idea is to basically tame them,
And then the military is to
Kill
kill
them.
every
Yeah,
one of them,
kill them. Yeah,
and it's impossible.
yeah. The military aspect of this movie is basically getting in the way of progress.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
To getting in the way of finding a solution because they are too dumb to understand.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's something we see now. You know,
Yeah.
global warming.
Yeah.
You know, all this stuff. So it's
Just
very
like-
relevant.
Instead of solving it, we'll push through it.
Yeah,
stuff.
diplomacy, and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and they obviously use their muscle instead of their mind and screw everything up.
But I thought the relationship with Bub and Dr. Frankenstein was effective. Like that's something like Jordan said is very make or to break it. Like
Yeah, you could think
'cause
that's
there's
so
like
stupid.
like a father and son relationship.
Yeah.
What was it like recording they find? They find like a recording of like Dr. Frankenstein saying like something about his parents or his dad. Something weird.
Is he just trying to get him to listen to stuff? Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he
Yeah.
plays recordings back to Bub, but they do
Yeah.
find one, and then the military finds bodies in the freezer
yeah, of
because
their soldiers.
he's using their bodies to help train
Yeah.
Yeah,
human
those weird
flesh.
effects with like the stuff, like the wires attached to like a brain and like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
no
it's-
skull and like
Yeah.
yeah
to
just,
like make
well,
things
well,
move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was fucking weird.
Yeah.
First time we see the old guy who ran the place.
yeah, like their first major and
Yeah.
he was raising his hands and
That stuff was awesome.
What'd
I
you-
love the science aspect to this movie.
Yeah.
well, it kind of destructs the zombies.
Yeah.
You know, because it's talking
Tries
about like,
to understand them.
yeah, like what they're it's all because he's like what they were using their instinct. You know what they did in their past lives, and
Yeah.
that's they'd never talked like that before about zombies. You know what I
No,
mean? They were just
no.
monsters.
Yeah,
Bub was
things
pretty
you run away
smart.
from.
Yeah, Bub was smart. You know what he used a
Knew how to
gun.
yeah.
Yeah, that's seeing a zombie shoot at people sounds kind of stupid.
Oh yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? But it works really
Yeah.
well, I thought.
What'd you guys think of the score? I really liked
Good.
I
Jim
liked it.
Harrison's score.
For the most part.
because this was right after Creep Show, and he did the first Creep Show. It's
Yeah.
like the same team for Creep Show, and a lot of stuff in this movie, like even shots and stuff, I thought like brought me back to Creep Show.
I want to see that. I thought that like some of it was more effective than other parts. I thought the beginning when like the dream sequence and like and it like hands come through. I thought that part was awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I'll get into something negative, which was the Indian character. What's his name?
Well,
Was
her,
he
her
Indian?
like
That
lover.
they call him a spick all the time.
I
but-
think he was
Miguel.
like Mexican. Or,
Oh,
yeah, because it was
okay.
a Spanish name, Miguel. Yeah.
Yeah. He.
Yeah.
I thought he was. I don't know why.
Well,
but
he didn't look-
ambiguous.
yeah.
But,
minority.
yeah. I know they called him a spick.
Yeah.
But his character, I kind of see how it would make sense thematically because he's getting the pressure from the military and he's stressed out and it's
like
overbearing.
PTSD.
Yeah,
like,
they're showing it, but
it
but
wasn't
how
effective.
and
Yeah.
how he concludes, how he randomly gets up and takes the elevator upstairs to sacrifice himself is really kind of stupid because he doesn't really know what's going on.
yeah,
It
I
doesn't-
can see that.
Yeah, that aspect
It was
doesn't
just
make
used
any
like
sense.
as a tool to move the plot forward.
Yeah,
or
and
that part.
and for them to use like bone-in jokes at the
Oh,
beginning.
yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God, that was
Well-
disgusting when he got his arm hacked off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Jeez.
good. That was cool.
I think his relationship with Sarah is very stupid. It's like
Yeah.
I don't think it's needed.
If they hadn't kept saying about it, I wouldn't have even.
No,
caught
they just
any,
love to say
yeah.
he boned her.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
they
was
love-
it.
Yeah.
Because I think like I think they were I don't think it was effective, but I think he was used as they're showing a human being affected by this world. Like he's losing his humanity.
Yeah, because everybody else is like
Is into
cool.
it.
Yeah, they're cool, calm, and collected. They're working, except for the military, obviously very high strung. But this guy is the one who's breaking down.
And like, there's moments of him like looking at a zombie and like maybe like we're like hesitating to kill it or something. I think that's what I took from
Well,
it.
he fucks up both times when
Yeah.
he's down there,
So,
so
like,
he's just
like because I thought they were like, oh, you can sort of still see that they're human. But yeah, Jordan's right. I don't think I thought he was the worst aspect.
yeah, for sure. And he's so pivotal to the end of the movie. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's unfortunate to me.
Well, I think it kind of loses like its tightness towards the end.
Yeah.
People are just running willy nilly through.
You get
a
the fun
mine.
zombie stuff, but they are running willy nilly. Like,
Yeah, they're just running willy nilly.
willy-nilly.
I laughed at the football zombie.
I was gonna ask.
I kept flipping at
And
I
that.
was
the
gonna ask-
clown.
I was gonna say, what's your guys' favorite zombie? If you could remember.
The football one's
I
my
like-
favorite. He just
I wrote Lil Football Guy. He
Yeah.
looked like a Pop Warner football
Yeah.
kid. And then there was a couple goofy ones that had like bowler hats and shit. But all of them looked different. All of them had personality, like a previous life or something.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that's cool.
I think that's cool too. It kind of makes me think of Fido a little bit. You
Me
know what
too.
I mean? I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but
I
that's
didn't
the
really like it at the time. But
yeah, so that's the one where they treat him like he's their pet. You
Yeah.
know? So I had that aspect was kind of familiar, and that movie is about a lot of things too, even though it might not. I can't remember how
it's
well
kind
it
of
works.
goofy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like this. I like the pacing of this movie. I know some people complaining about it, but I knew when I looked at my watch and I saw there was like 30 minutes left.
You're like, here it comes.
I knew the zombie, like the full-fledged zombie horror
Yeah.
onslaught stuff was coming.
I don't think zombies are scary.
I don't either.
I they're gory and they maybe like go, ew.
Yeah, but
but I don't like. I'm not like, ooh, a zombie's
like
gonna
nightmares.
get. Yeah.
Now-
like, if a zombie wasn't real, I'd just walk past them.
now we'll talk about it in the very next
I'm like,
episode
no.
with the Pet Cemetery movies. I think
Well,
there's
I
a
think-
little
I
bit
think there's
more
more depth.
sinister
There-
shit in that.
Yeah, there's more depth in that zombie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
quote
like
unquote.
evil
Yeah,
incarnate.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
is
This
like
movie is more.
science.
Yeah, exactly. It's smarter. It's about society.
Well, I
you know?
think what's scary is the humans in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
They're the bad guys.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
zombies are just there. That's part of the world they're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was cool because I was reading some stuff like, this is like new versus old. Like, the world's changed,
Yeah.
and these guys are trying to control something they can't. And even if it's like positive, like the doctor, he's trying to work with them, but you're not in control. You can't do that. So, die or like move over so the new stuff can happen. But because there's a lot of levels there. Like, they're trying to live with it. Like, it seemed like he was trying to live with them,
Yeah.
and then like the military is like just like pure hate. They see they're different. They want them to get out. They want them to die.
Survival of the fittest,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that's definitely an interesting
What
commentary.
What do we think about the Jamaican guy or the?
Oh, I thought those guys were cool.
Yeah, I liked him. He was
that
a
guy,
badass.
that guy is American though, so I don't know
Yeah.
what the point of the accent
Really?
is.
Yeah.
But
Old man. Old
it's like legalize it. It's like that kind of shit.
yeah.
Um,
I liked him though. I liked his
No, I
character. a
liked
lot,
him.
yeah.
I just didn't understand.
I didn't know. I didn't know if he was or not. I just kind
Said
of.
he was born in Detroit, so
I like the drunk
maybe-
guy too.
Yeah. Well, I like that the Jamaican dude's monologue about just like letting because they're very like whatever about it. They're just there for the experience, it seems like. And they were talking about like going to a beach and just sort of like living out their days. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
this is. Just like
Yeah.
them living out their days. And I thought like
says that right at the beginning.
yeah, and like he's talking about in that monologue about this is like God, he's showing that he's the boss, that God's the boss, and that's why he's doing this. And he like knew it was over because either way, like when towards the end, spoiler alert, they're at the island, but like for how long? You know what I mean? Well, in the
He was fishing.
in the sequel,
Well, he fishes a zombie head.
really.
No.
Well, in the sequel, is it Land of the Dead, where they can swim or they can walk on
I don't know.
in water?
Land
or
of the
something
Dead
like-
is like
I've
20
seen
years
it.
later, so I
I've
don't.
seen it one time. I don't remember.
Because I remember a scene of them walking out of walking up a beach or something.
Yeah, I remember that. That sounds right too.
Yeah.
I only saw Land of the Dead once, but it combined like two different elements of movies to me. It had that high rise type element, plot element where It was the big high rise and the cultures of
okay.
people. Like
Oh.
Dennis Hopper played that rich.
So like Dread?
yeah,
I don't
Okay.
remember that.
Dread with zombies instead of gangs.
I think I watched it on like Sci-Fi at
Yeah,
Sci-Fi
that-
Channel on Halloween.
It had people do not like that movie, but they're starting to.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna
got,
say,
like,
I
a
think it's
resurgence.
building.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing about it is too, it kind of reminds me of a remake in a way, which George Romero did Land of the Dead, so I don't know, but it kind of reminds me of a remake in the way of Day of the Dead because it came out right after the remake of Dawn, and it has that element to where the zombies are getting educated and they start to learn.
I kind of remember
learn
that.
Well,
stuff.
Survival of the Dead, they farm and
I've
I didn't
never
even
seen
waste
that
my
one.
fucking time during
Yeah.
seeing that.
Really?
yeah, it gets weird.
Well, I think
Diary of the Dead is the
I haven't seen that one
yeah.
either.
I think that's kind of interesting. I don't think these movies translate to modern filmmaking without it be because I think these are good movies.
What sucks
But
is
like
that
if you would do something with something like this with like this kind of ridiculousness
what sucks is that the market of zombie movies is so oversaturated
with junk.
yeah, with junk that when he tries something new, it's cheap and people don't want to help him. make
Yeah.
it, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So he, as you know, as long as robust as his filmography is, no one ever gave him a hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
So-
the Night of the Living Dead thing, like he got screwed on that because he didn't have it trademarked correctly.
Yeah.
So he basically, it's public domain. He
Yeah,
made
anybody-
no money from it.
You know
and
how
it's
they're-
such a huge movie.
You know how they're coming out with that Criterion possibly of Night of the
Yeah.
Living Dead? Well,
I know somebody else already announced
Mill
one.
Creek is
Yeah,
coming out with a new one too, and it's
Yeah.
like Jesus.
Because it's public.
but it's probably going to be a shitty.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's some
Yeah.
cool extra shit though. I saw that Argento loved Night of the Living Dead before he started making movies. He was a critic, Italian critic,
Yeah,
and he and he got a hold of Romero and was like, "Hey, you got to make sequels," and had him move to Italy, and he wrote Dawn of the Dead in
Yeah.
Italy.
Oh, really?
Well,
Oh,
they-
that makes sense.
And Argento helped him with the script.
yeah.
That's really awesome. I
Well,
didn't know any
Well,
of that
yeah,
shit.
there's that. There's the Italian cut too, which is
yeah.
Yeah.
zombie.
It's short. Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah, and there's zombie flesh eaters and zombie flesh
I have
eaters
no
part
clue.
2.
I just know that it's like a little bit shorter than the American cut or something like
Well,
that.
that
Argento also helped write Once Upon a Time in the West.
Okay.
well,
That's
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
Nick Refn. And I didn't see this, but
I heard it sucks.
the Nick Refn remastering of Dawn of the Dead also includes the Argento version too.
Huh.
And that's,
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah,
I heard it sucks.
I heard it too. I didn't waste my money.
Yeah,
That's cool though.
it sounds so cool.
Scream
yeah.
Factory put out an awesome release of Day of the Dead though. I didn't splurge on it because I have the regular Blu-ray, but
Well,
Lot of shit
some
on it.
people said like this wasn't as successful as the other ones because it's very like dark and cynical. Just like there's even the happy ending doesn't seem very happy. It's just like briefly shown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he also makes his movies have a message that people don't like to hear
Yeah.
because they feel like they're being lectured or something.
And-
you know?
And it's no one. Okay, the three people were likable, but the rest out of a cast of 20 people
Yeah.
is not very likable. They're all yelling and
Yeah, fighting the whole time.
time she walks by, like the barracks of like the army men, they're just like wrastling, and that guy's legs are up in the air. It's just like, come on, guys, like chill the fuck out. But they're, but I also wrote this down that it's cool to see like the well, it's commenting on like leaders are blinded by their own wants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like their own point of view. They're not thinking of the people or even their future. They're just like, I want to get out of here. I want this. And it's the quick fix instead of
The thoughtful, the one that could actually change something.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. Yep.
okay, I was incorrect. I
Yeah.
just wanted to check on this. There's an Arrow release that is the Argento cut, not Zombie Flesh Eaters.
Yeah.
That's not Argento.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that's Fulci.
That's Fulci. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lucio Fulci.
I
We
never
talked about that recently.
I've never
too.
seen
Yeah.
it.
Boring.
The zombie fights a shark.
But there's a really cool laser disc out there.
The cool part in Zombie is when the
The eye.
eye. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the cool. That's
And
the
I saw that on the like
YouTube.
Bravo's.
Scariest movie moments
yeah.
thing.
There's
Yeah.
an awesome laser disc out there that has the legitimate cut from Romero and the Argento cut too. That there's nothing missing on it at all. It's really hard to get, but apparently that's the best version that you can possibly get.
And Nick is like salivating because he wants it so bad.
I'd love it. Yeah,
I need it.
It'll come out someday on Blu-ray,
That's what you think.
hopefully.
Do we want to give ratings? Anybody have anything else?
I'd give it a 4.
See, this is hard for me because I want to it be comparable to the other movies. You know what I mean?
We
The
can't
the
remember.
two.
I watched
and I don't remember them.
Yeah,
Do you have a rating, Ben?
I give it a 4.
How about you?
3.5 out of 5.
So I'm gonna do I'm gonna round, or I'm gonna do like average of you guys. So like 3.75. I'll do a 4. I bet you this could go down if I watch the other ones, just to put it in like its place. You know what I mean? In the trilogy.
They go downhill after this one, I think.
Well, I'm talking about like Night and Dawn, because I
Okay.
really like Dawn, but I don't remember it. I don't remember.
The remake of Night, I would be interested in watching.
I think I've seen that one, but the Tom Savini directed
Is it
one,
shot for
Yeah.
shot just like the Psycho remake?
I can't remember.
Yeah, just in color, and they have
Tony Todd
Tony
is
Todd
the
is the
lead.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite
on Shudder.
Romero? Nick?
I really want to see Martin.
That's mine. The vampire one.
I've never seen it.
I only saw.
I like
I watched it in
Creepshow.
college, but it was really
Creep
cool.
Show. I've
Yeah.
never seen that either. I'm
Probably creepy.
Because there's Crazies. The Crazies is good.
yeah.
But
I remember for John Iker being obsessed with
the
the
remake.
remake.
Yeah.
I like the remake.
I know.
For a
but
remake, it was
just,
pretty
like,
good.
I remember it
but-
being a topic of our conversations too many times.
I don't
as a
love
kid.
any of his movies though. I like him a lot, but I don't. Nothing
He's
that I love.
Creep
yeah.
Show.
Yeah.
I would
What
have
about
to
it?
watch that. I've
That's mine too.
You guys are horror heads. I'm just finally getting into the genre. I'm finally
Creepshow 2 is close to Creepshow 1, I think.
He didn't direct that, did he?
He has something to do with it.
I know he probably had something to do with it, but I didn't think he directed it.
I know.
All right. Well, I didn't give him. I'll give it a 4.
Solid movie.
Yeah.
That is a good movie.
Glad I watched it.
Fun.
And also, like I think I said in past couple episodes, I'm sick of zombie movies, but this didn't feel. I didn't have any grief with it. So
He wrote Creepshow 2, Ben.
Oh.
Good grief.
Hang on. Wait. Yeah, he directed Creepshow 1, but he only wrote it 2.
cool.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was necessary to continue recording.
Yeah.
Cool shit. Cool shit. Ben, what else did we watch?
We also watched Dead Alive, or also known as Brain Dead. It was directed by Peter Jackson. It was written by Peter Jackson, Fran Walsh, and Stephen Sinclair. It was released in 1992, and it stars Timothy Baum, Diana Penalver, and Elizabeth Moody. The plot synopsis is when a Sumatran rat monkey bites Lionel Cosgrave's mother, she's transformed into a zombie and begins killing and transforming the entire town while Lionel races to keep things under control.
Now, this movie, I've seen this also.
This
This shit made me sick today.
I've never
Really?
seen it.
Me too.
It's
and I've
gross.
seen it multiple times.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's so gross how like creamy everything is. Like
The
so
noise, like,
and puffy.
Custard.
Yeah, that's what grossed me out.
I thought. Did you guys think? I thought Lionel looked so much like freaking Charlotte Copley.
Well, it's funny.
I
'cause
could see it.
I wrote he looks like Paul Rust from Love, like
Ah.
comedian.
I
Paul
could
Rust.
also see it.
Yeah.
He looks like the dad on some like not Seventh Heaven, but like one of those types
He-
of shows, and I can't remember
Ah,
who
yeah,
the
you're
guy
right.
is. Yeah, he has the same haircut and everything. The little eyes. I can't think of.
Foreman? Did you say that 70s show?
No,
No.
I said Seventh Heaven, but not him,
Oh.
because that we obviously know who that
What's
is.
what's the dad doing it from Seventh Heaven?
You know, bad thing.
Nothing.
Bad thing. So why'd you pick? Because I never like wrap this up as a zombie movie, but they even say zombies in this. But I just never categorize it as a zombie movie.
This to me, even more than Dawn of the Dead, even more than Night of the Living Dead, this to me is the absolute ultimate zombie movie.
You think this is the best one?
I think this is by far the best one.
Because I was gonna ask you, what do you think is the best zombie movie from your?
Well, you know what?
Do you consider Evil Dead zombie movies?
Yeah, I like this better than that.
Oh,
This
okay.
definitely feels like inspired by Evil Dead.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
I wish
Same wheelhouse.
It's so unfortunate that Peter Jackson went to complete dog shit after the Frighteners.
He made his.
You're talking to a bunch
Well,
of
was
Hobbit
Heavenly
heads,
Creatures
bro.
before Frighteners?
What's that?
Was Heavenly Creatures before Frighteners? What year did Frighteners come
Okay,
out?
so either after Heavenly Creatures or the Frighteners, he went to
Okay.
complete
Hey,
bullshit.
you watch it. You're talking to a couple Hobbit heads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just. I gotta say that's fucking stupid. And
No,
I
no.
I love these old Peter Jackson movies.
I love Peter Jackson.
It would
He's
be cool
awesome.
to see him dive back into it
just
instead
like
of
Sam
just,
Raimi.
Yeah, he
You
did.
know,
You know,
and when he did
Drag
Drag Me to Hell, it was
He has
amazing.
he has the rights to this movie.
No, he's doing Tintin.
fuck him.
He's got to do Tintin.
Is he still doing?
I have
that?
no
Yeah, I
clue.
don't know what he's up to
Well,
right now.
Tintin 2 is supposed to come out.
Oh my god.
I want it. Give it to me. But okay, keep going. Sorry.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, you know,
So this is quintessential zombie 2.
absolutely. I mean, it is. Oh my god, the
You-
gore is just.
Yeah, the gore is pretty great for,
I
what
mean,
it-
the budget was probably. I don't know exactly what the budget was, but
it's all in the gore.
Yeah.
You can tell.
But like it.
Just
and it-
imagine
and
the
it's-
work that
and
went
it's
into.
so inventive.
Oh my god, yeah.
And
Like-
the aesthetic, just the aesthetic of the movie in general, like, oh man, if like I said, it's so unfortunate that he went and started doing the shit he did because
What's he signed up?
he had something with
Is
this.
he signed up for anything now? Did you see Bad Taste?
Yes,
Yeah.
Is
that was awesome
Is
too.
that good?
Yeah,
Bad Taste is cool.
that's in the
That's
same.
with the aliens giving the finger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the aliens make basically McDonald's out of humans.
Okay.
that's in
cool.
the same wheelhouse as this.
And
It's
Meet the
very
Feebles.
trauma-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better than that stuff though.
For sure.
Yeah.
Don't say
'Cause-
that too loud, my boy Lloyd.
Well, we have an inside man who
Yeah,
might tell
that's what I'm
Lloyd.
saying.
I see. Like people were. I've seen this on lists. It's like so bad it's good. No, this is
It's not
perfectly
bad to me.
direct. It's perfectly direct. It's campy.
It's
They
tongue in
They
cheek.
say that about Evil Dead too,
But
as
it-
well.
yeah.
You know what I
It,
mean?
know, it
it's
knows what
controlled.
it's doing. I think.
Yeah,
I think it's intentionally doing.
Yeah,
that shit.
I think so too. It's very influenced by like silent films.
Mhm.
Like it's so super slapsticky and like the actors are very like super expressive.
The only thing only complaint I have is the typical scene. I kick ass for the Lord in that fight.
that scene is awesome.
I don't
think
like
it's
that.
funny.
I think
Makes
it's
me
kind of
think
funny, but
makes me think of Cemetery Man.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think it goes with it.
Oh yeah, how doesn't it?
Do you
It-
just not like it because you've like seen it
You
so
got it.
many
Or
times?
You just don't care about.
It's
like,
just like goo. I love the part with
Hold
the
on,
priest.
you don't like this scene, but do you like when he takes the baby out to the park?
A little garbage pail kid.
I was-
Yeah.
You do like that scene
I
because
just think it's like a little.
It literally
it's
makes
like,
no sense
it
why
has
he
nothing
brings
to
the
do.
baby out.
It's like Kung Pao type shit.
it's like
that I
very
hate.
like looking at the camera, like wink, wink.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
like
know?
story wise, this movie has some issues.
Stupid.
But yeah, yeah, but you have no time to think about it because
'Cause
every
it's
so much
other
fun.
second it's nonstop.
wackiness.
Yeah, it's nonstop. The score is awesome. The
Yeah.
theme
Yeah.
is so cool. Like the end when the reveal, like do they proceed? Is there any information that precedes that at all?
For what?
When he's like, I know what you did.
Oh,
his
it's when
mother?
he's in the attic.
Oh yeah, but like
yeah, I know, but that's
it.
also at the end of
it
the
just
movie.
pops
Yeah.
in at the end.
Yeah, you know what I mean. There's
Oh.
nothing at the beginning that tells us that he's kind of like we know his relationship with his mother is
Well,
strange.
it seems like he really loves her.
Yeah,
you know?
you know what I
He'd
mean.
do
But there's
anything for
nothing.
her.
There's nothing that is alluded to that
So
involves.
she killed his dad.
and his girlfriend
Okay.
drowns them.
Well, I think
What-
in the beginning it shows images in his head of like the underwater thing.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
Well, I gotta say this was kind of hard for me to get. I couldn't rent it on Amazon.
Yeah, it was hard for me too.
I don't think the downloads were very good.
Yeah,
so I watched it
it's-
on YouTube.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask what cut you guys ended up having.
I watched
to
it on
watch.
YouTube.
Was it Dead Alive or was it Brain Dead?
Dead Alive.
Okay.
Is there a difference in the cuts?
Yeah. There's difference. There's like a couple more minutes of added footage if it's Brain Dead, I believe.
What did you watch?
Dead Alive.
Okay.
I have just a DVD copy we got at Circuit City. One of those.
Yeah, I have it on
lovely days.
DVD
Really?
too.
Yep.
Why is there a difference?
It's just a North American title.
It's gore. There's more gore in Brain Dead.
yeah,
which-
but I was just wondering why the title had to
Oh,
change and like
Right,
that
I
I'm
don't
kind of-
know.
sure.
What's this?
Oh.
What's this rated? Does anybody know?
probably unrated, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But I found something.
It was in theaters for 1 week.
I found
Yeah,
something
but
pretty
probably
cool.
not.
It was it's BBC rating for this movie.
It probably didn't come here right away.
and they're just talking. Like,
it was out for 1 week.
in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
and they're just talking about how like this movie's just gross. It's not like sadistic. You know what I mean? It's just like stupid fun. There's
Yeah, it has no.
like you could show
It's
this
just
to a
gross.
kid. You could show this to a kid.
It would be very. Yeah, you're right. It's not like Evil Dead is like demonic. You know,
Yeah.
you're like like that thing wants to kill you. These
Yeah.
things are like they're like your dogs. Yeah. Yeah.
It kind of, this is really just me being stupid, but did you notice that the island that they got
Skull Island?
Skull Island?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
noticed
King
I thought
Kong.
of Peter Jackson's version of King Kong. Even do they have Skull Island in that?
That is.
Isn't
Yeah.
that where
They
King
go to
Kong
Skull Island.
lives? Yeah.
But not on. But okay, so
It's not in
there's-
the title
There's a
or
Skull
anything.
Island in both the Kong movies. Then
Yeah, they're not together.
okay,
Different things.
yeah, I knew that Peter Jackson didn't do Skull Island, but I just thought to myself,
Well, no, yeah. So
Skull Island is just a part of the mythology.
yeah,
okay,
Yeah, and this is a nod to it, I'm sure.
Well, this is canon.
yeah,
I saw Kong's toe.
I was reading the Wikipedia description of that opening scene, and it says that it was that thing was created out of monkey rape.
Yeah, he said.
Oh yeah,
really?
they say that in the
He
in
says
the
that
movie.
the guy at the zoo. He's like, I was gonna do it like a Australian accent. But he's like, these things have been ripened.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
here's what happened.
Ripen. These
Let me-
things have been ripened monkeys. When
let me go back to that issue with the ratings, because in the UK cut it's 104 minutes, and in the Dead Alive R-rated version for US is 85 minutes.
okay.
Oh,
Most
mine
of the gore
was-
scenes removed, while the unrated cut is 97 minutes.
Mine was an hour
Mine
and a
is-
half.
mine is-
7 minutes.
Is hour 37.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
got the 97 minutes, but the
Unrated cut.
104 minute is brain. The
What's
brain
the
dead cut.
85?
Apparently that was the, let me see, R-rated version.
Oh,
Most of the gore scenes were
Oh,
removed.
okay.
so
What the? How could you remove gore?
The movie would be nothing
Yeah.
without the gore, in my opinion. But censors, I guess,
It would be there would be no movie.
yeah.
initially banned and left unrated. So
But I gotta say, this is really gross, and it really
The
affected.
gore, you think it's the goriest movie of all time?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't.
Reanimator's close.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rihanna.
I don't know if Reanimator's more gory than this.
No,
though.
I
it
don't-
isn't.
Because
But
it's
it's-
a smaller amount.
Yeah.
You
But
know what I mean?
It's there's something about the gore in that movie that's like
Yeah.
really
It's-
stomach churning in a way.
That stuff's more red. This was like everything was like pink,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like fucking like
Like when the ear falls into the
pussy.
the
Ugh.
pudding
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
everything's so pussy.
Ugh.
And,
When they
you
were-
know,
when he pulls the cat out of her mouth, or the
Yeah.
dog.
Dog.
I'm sorry, the dog. Yeah,
That's
That was
just impressive. I
disgusting.
forgot
oh yeah,
how
when
like
when the zombie or when one zombie punches through the girl's like mouth
Oh,
from
yeah.
behind.
Yeah.
That shit's wild.
he
The light bulb goes in that hole.
well there's like a 10-minute scene of a head just being half of a head being kicked around
Yeah.
throughout
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the like, and what got me was the zombie with the baby in its head. That fucking
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
that
Yeah,
fucking
he's
baby's
like-
in half this movie.
there
This-
were
the scene that kills me. Okay, we talked about it earlier with the baby out in the park. Why the fuck would he take the baby in the park?
Yeah, there was no reason for it.
No, he like
It was literally just for a gag for the movie
Yeah.
because there's no reason
no,
otherwise.
no. It's hilarious.
And I
Yeah.
love when it
But
like cuts. Was
He
like, sorta
he's
going,
punching it in the head, and it's cutting to the woman in the park bench.
and it like cuts away, and like the baby's running away, and you could tell it's like a man in a suit. And I fucking love it. Like the sizes switched. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it looks so fucking funny.
I really, there was a really subtle, not subtle part, but compared to all the other gore in the movie, it really kind of made me sick when the mom's skin peeled
Mm.
off and he's like tried to super glue like the
Oh, yeah.
layer back on.
That's when she's
Ugh.
still alive.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh man, we can also let's also talk about Paquito
Yeah.
and her mother, who's
Yeah.
like a gypsy type
Yeah.
character.
She like a
Black magic.
yeah, and she has the medallion thing and
Which-
stuff.
I didn't why he was chasing like that medallion around either.
It's all she tells him is that it's for good luck.
Oh, okay.
But it obviously, I guess, was pivotal.
Yeah.
He really wants it. But that aspect, I love that stuff in movies so much. But it doesn't
Like fortune
really.
teller stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think like the
Or,
kind
like-
of like
like
the gypsy and
like,
Drag Me to Hell.
Like for like yeah, like
that's the
premonition.
reason-
Like hey,
yeah, yeah.
beware.
Well, he also needs the medallion to get out of his mom's stomach at
Yeah.
the end too, because
Oh,
he like
okay.
uses
Open,
that
yeah.
to like cut
I
it
forgot
open.
about that.
Yeah, but other than that, that's kind of
Yeah.
just unnecessary background information, but I did think it was funny,
Mhm.
especially when she's doing the tarot cards and her husband's just like, I want money.
Well, I think this goes really well with like our last month of like good bad taste. You
Yeah.
know, there's like a Nazi joke in it.
Yeah,
like-
the under is
Yeah,
the
like
doctor.
but
yeah.
it's not offensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's also like the Aboriginals from in the beginning. It's just like, okay, but like this is like,
They're from a fake island.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like it's bad taste, but it's not
Yeah.
for the sake of bad taste. You know what I mean? It's not like it's trying to get people. But this it's so much fun.
The lawnmower scene, so iconic.
Oh yeah,
so
party's
much
over.
blood.
I think
I love when he's running in place on the blood too. That's shot so
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Oh, and like the extreme close-ups of
Yeah.
like,
Think about how much fun it probably was to make.
I was
this
gonna
movie.
say that about
Man, I think this movie would be fucking hard work.
Yeah.
That's what this would be.
Well, I was gonna say that for what did we watch? Day of the Dead. When all the zombies come down on the elevator, like there's like 100 zombies there, and I was like, that's cool. That'd be fun
Yeah.
to shoot that day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it'd be fun to be the guy throwing shit on people. You know?
Well, initially I wanted to do splatter horror, and this was when I think of splatter horror, this is my go-to. I think of this movie right away. But I mean, you can tie it in that to a zombie movie.
And
mean,
I think this builds tension really well for how slapsticky and goofy this is, and
Yeah.
like, like cheap looking. You know what I mean? I think it builds tension really well, and it's not scary, but like,
Who's the guy who did the effects on these movies? Because they're fucking crazy.
uh,
Richard something.
Yeah, I don't remember. Wonder if he still.
I assume he did maybe he continued. Maybe he's like an Oscar winner from like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
because those works are fucking
Maybe he.
awesome.
Yeah, maybe he works
it had
for
some
Ueda.
accolades for the special effects.
I'll say about Peter Jackson too. It's fun when you go back and like watch some of these movies that like say I had never seen this, but you see like certain kinds of shots in this movie, and then when you like think of Lord of the Rings, you can say, oh, that's like a Peter Jackson style shot.
When it gets like up in their face
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, same idea with Sam Raimi. Like at the end
Yeah.
of Oz, the Great and Powerful, and they do that one random scare shot.
Yeah.
And like in the Spider-Man movies,
It's just
the
fun.
camera angles, the camera movement. Yeah, I agree.
Evil Dead and Dead Alive would be a cool
Double feature.
double feature.
Yeah, it
for
would.
sure. Anything with those people that no
Okay.
didn't find names, you just got on Facebook.
Oh no! They didn't have. It said it won some accolades, but it didn't mention the
Oh,
guy.
Okay, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh man.
But I mean,
Would you buy a Simeon Radicus?
what?
Would you buy the the rat?
Yeah. This movie is really fucking hard to get, as you guys know.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't be paying less than $30 to get a used DVD copy, and you won't be paying any less than $100 to get a Blu-ray
I
copy.
couldn't even
I saw
fucking
lots.
stream it.
I was looking at Blu-ray. You can get it for less than $100
Where?
all over eBay. I was looking at the prices, and they were expensive, but not $100.
I
Okay.
couldn't even fucking stream
Hang
it.
on, I'm about to
Yeah.
prove Jordan wrong here.
Go ahead. I looked it up yesterday. I'm not wrong.
You know how
Ooh.
bare bones the Blu-ray is too? It's so.
I know how
fucking
bare
bad.
bones the
I don't
DVD
get why
is,
they
'cause
don't put movies up like this to even rent. Like I don't
Yeah.
understand
Well,
the
they-
logic of that.
Some companies are stupid.
I just
It's-
I just don't. You have a movie people would rent.
$79.99. I'm sorry, I was
Wow,
off for
first-
80.
yeah.
I was
Wow,
off
it's less than
$20.
100 Yeah, that's 20%.
It still is a lot.
Yeah.
I would never in my life pay that much for it.
Well, luckily you have it on DVD.
Yeah. I would like to have this, but if it's that hard to find, I guess I'll have to wait.
I haven't seen Frightener since fucking like
I
Yeah,
love-
wait. Somebody
love
will have a much
Frighteners
better
from,
edition
like,
of this.
elementary school.
It's fun.
I,
It's not
I like
quite
that
like
movie.
this.
I haven't
though.
seen it in a long time either.
It's the Ghost movie with
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael J.
Michael
Fox.
J.
Michael J.
Fox.
Fox. Yeah.
It's all up to Peter Jackson if he wants to release.
Can you look at what he's working on now?
There's nothing. It says Tintin in development still.
Damn.
Fuck that.
Did he direct the last Tintin, or was that Spielberg? Because I know they were doing a
Spielberg,
switch
yeah.
and
off.
he like produced it or something.
Yeah, kind of like a tag.
Come
team.
on, Peter.
Come on, Peter.
God.
It sucks. It's
He's
funny because
awesome.
he makes movies like this, and then he said he
Inventive.
couldn't do a rape scene in The Lovely Bones.
Yeah.
It was too hard to film for him.
Oh.
That's-
oh,
you know what
the
I mean?
uncle
Which
in
is-
this movie was trying to rape the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's a little rapey
Which
stuff
is-
going on in this
now
too.
obviously,
in the balls a lot.
obviously,
A lot.
to be fair, Lovely Bones is a lot different.
I don't think it
Yeah.
needed a rape scene.
No, I don't know.
I think that-
apparently the book is very dark.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think the scenes when she's in that little hole is very
Scary.
effective.
yeah. I like that movie. It has issues, but I do like it.
Yeah. Fat Ryan Gosling. He was going to be in it. he gained a bunch of weight for it.
God, what a fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
And then it was Mark Wahlberg. He wasn't going to play Stanley Tucci's role. He was going to play
No.
the dad.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I
like,
went in the
didn't pick-
wrong direction
yeah,
for this."
Yeah. He's like, I didn't picture him like
Did you see
that."
Christian Bale? He's fat.
Really? For what?
I can't remember.
I thought I heard Christian Bale was going to stop doing that,
He's fat now.
switching his weight, fluctuating weight
Well,
so
he just
much.
He just picked a side. I'm doing it this way, baby.
Yeah, he's gonna stay fat. He
That'd
decided.
be awesome.
Now I have to find out what the hell that is.
But I think I'd give this a 4 also.
Oh, same.
I almost will give it a 5. 4.5. I'm giving it.
I'd give it a 4. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I've seen this before, and I would
Dick Cheney.
definitely watch. Oh, he's Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
For Adam
You're
Adam
McKay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was listening to a podcast. I think it was Mark Maron.
He
where
was fat before. He was fat in American Hustle, right?
yeah.
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 It was Mark Maron where he's like, we have someone really good for my
Dick Cheney.
new movie, and like he's like, I can't say who it is.
I love Adam McKay.
Oh yeah, he's cool. Yeah. So Nick's gonna give it a 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we doing next, man?
Pet Cemetery 1 and 2.
Now,
Both directed by Mary Lambert.
okay, I've only seen one.
Same.
I've seen them both.
Are they scary?
Nah.
The first one,
Yeah,
yeah, the
just-
first one's pretty disturbing.
They're damn. I don't get scared by movies,
Yeah,
but
I
they're
don't either,
damn
but-
close. They really do disturb.
What was the
me.
last movie that scared you?
I can't remember.
Really?
And not that I'm
The Witch.
some
really,
big tough guy that doesn't
The Witch
get
really
scared.
scared me.
But
I was like,
I get disturbed somewhat. Yeah.
No,
That made me think of that Devil's Candy movie.
Oh, that movie was good too. That's
was
some,
pretty
That's
good.
some good Satan stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Thin,
Yeah,
but it is good.
like they were.
I'm
it
so
was
sick of the Satan type shit.
No, this
Why?
was really good. I think you would like this. Sun O did some music for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sinister kind of creeped me out.
Yeah, Sinister was scary.
Oh, we all saw that together.
No, I watched it alone.
I saw it
I
with
might
you.
have saw it again.
because that was the day I left for Europe, or the day before I left for Europe.
Bagul.
Oh no. Or what's Conjuring? Did we see The Conjuring together?
We saw Conjuring 2 together.
Yeah.
Sick of that shit too.
I get those mixed up.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, I get
Sick
sick.
of,
I get sick of like the because like Annabelle 2.
I don't believe in ghosts and that shit, so that stuff doesn't scare me.
yeah, you believe in
You believe in
Leatherface?
zombies?
No.
It's funny you say that because I was gonna be like, Nick, this is based on a true story.
Yeah.
Annabelle 2 is getting some really good reviews. So,
Really?
So it makes me excited. And I hated the first one.
I love the first one.
He's the
And
guy
then-
who's saying he hates this shit.
Yeah, likes the worst one.
Yeah, I know.
First one was.
No,
awesome.
yeah, it's getting good reviews.
That's awesome. Well, the second Ouija got good reviews too.
yeah, that was pretty.
I want to see
that
that.
was pretty good.
I forgot
The
about
guy
that.
that directed Wish Upon directed Annabelle 1.
Yeah.
And that looks.
And that was
Wish Upon looks
shit.
fucking
Wish Upon
bad.
was great,
Oh,
right,
no,
Jordan?
How bad?
It was very bad.
It was awful.
Oh man.
So we're doing Pet Cemetery. Are these up there with your favorite horrors?
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Did you read the book?
When
What?
I
Did
when
you
I
read the book?
I did.
Mm-mm.
When
I
I was
just wanted to hear him say no.
when I was in high school, I considered the first one like my top 3.
Pet Cemetery was in Day of the Dead.
Salem's Lot
Oh
was in.
shit! I always get
Yeah,
them mixed
yeah.
up.
I read that. This
Clancy Brown is so good in Pet Cemetery too.
He is good.
He's the villain.
Okay. Well,
It's gonna be cool.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Anotherlookpod@gmail.com.
Yeah,
That's
we're-
right.
We're gonna say that at the
And our
very end.
Facebook.
Facebook.
We failed.
YouTube.
All right. Thanks, guys.